From VOA Learning English, this is the Education Report.
From VOA Learning English, this is the Education Report.
The United Nations Children's Fund is appealing to
The United Nations Children's Fund is appealing to international donors
to help provide education money for Syrian school children.
to help provide education money for Syrian school children.
Safe places to learn, teachers, and supplies are all
Safe places to learn, teachers and supplies are all lacking.
And almost 2 million young Syrian students have dropped out.
And almost 2 million young Syrian students have dropped out of school.
UNICEF says about 40% of students from grades
UNICEF says about 40% of students from grades 1 to 9
across the nation no longer attend formal classes.
Across the nation no longer attend formal classes.
UNICEF spokeswoman Marixie
Mercado says
about half of those children are now refugees in Lebanon.
Says about half of those children are now refugees in Lebanon, Jordan,
Iraq, and Turkey. In the northern city of Aleppo, for example, only 6%
In the northern city of Aleppo, for example, only 6% of children of school
age are in classrooms. But the school year there and in other locations began as planned.
But the school year there and in other locations began as planned on September 15th.
Talk of a military strike by the United States had caused uncertainty about starting classes. But schools opened after a strike appeared less likely. Still, many children who once walked to school
are now taken there by their parents.
And other families have simply left the country. Lebanon now is trying to help about 550,000
school-aged Syrian refugee children.
UNICEF says the Lebanese
public education system
can take care of 300,000 Lebanese children. UNICEF is establishing schools for refugee children.
UNICEF is establishing schools for refugee children in buses.
In Jordan, UNICEF says about 2/3 of 150,000.
In Jordan, UNICEF says about 2/3 of 150,000 Syrian school-aged children
Are not in school. In Iraq, UNICEF says 9 out of 10 Syrian
In Iraq, UNICEF says 9 out of 10 Syrian refugee children are out of school.
Refugee children are out of school. Inside Syria, Ms. Mercado says the educational system
Inside Syria, Ms. Mercado says the educational system has been torn apart. Both
UNICEF and the Syrian government
Both UNICEF and the Syrian government say about 3,000 schools
have been damaged or destroyed.
For VOA Learning English.